Doki. The Doki are three creatures summoned by Tayuya, one of the Sound Four under Orochimaru's command. Their designs are inspired by the Japanese cultural symbol of the three wise monkeys: see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Accordingly, one covers its eyes, one its ears, and one its mouth. Each Doki stands between 4.5 and 6 meters tall, making them enormous, mindless beings completely controlled by the sound of Tayuya's flute. Although they lack consciousness, they possess overwhelming physical strength, capable of smashing giant trees and crushing enemies with only a few swings of their arms. By changing the melody of her flute, Tayuya can open the Doki's mouths to release Raikon Mushi, grotesque, spirit-like worms with multiple mouths composed almost entirely of spiritual energy. These entities are drawn to human physical energy, and upon contact, they drain the opponent's life force, gradually weakening them until they can no longer fight. The only way to stop the Doki is to force Tayuya to cease playing her flute, or to destroy the three demons directly, a near impossible feat without a flawless strategy. Even Shikamaru, renowned for his master-level tactical intelligence, struggled immensely when facing Tayuya and her Doki army. The combination of auditory control, immense physical power, and soul-draining ability makes the Doki one of the most terrifying summoned creatures in the early part of the series. Ibuse. Ibuse is the salamander summoned by Hanzo. Although it doesn't possess the massive size of other creatures on this list, Ibuse remains one of the most dangerous summoned beasts ever seen. Hanzo, once known as the man who stood above even the Sannin, proved that true power lies not only in size or destruction but in strategy. Ibuse has the ability to exhale thick clouds of poisonous gas capable of covering a wide area within seconds. Even inhaling a small amount can cause rapid paralysis and death unless the victim has an antidote or exceptional resistance to toxins. On the battlefield, this makes Ibuse a mobile biological weapon, capable of wiping out entire squads of shinobi in an instant. However, Ibuse's poison gas is not completely without countermeasures. Experienced shinobi, such as Sakura during her battle with Sasori, have demonstrated that explosive tags can be used to disperse or blow away the toxic cloud, minimizing its threat. Even so, Ibuse remains an extremely difficult creature to handle, as Hanzo himself is completely immune to its poison, allowing him to fight within the toxic miasma unharmed. An interesting detail is that although Hanzo once faced the Sannin and was the one who gave them their title during that battle, they did not use their own summon. Therefore, it's impossible to confirm whether Ibuse is stronger than Gamabunta, Manda, or Katsuyu. However, in terms of practicality and wide-area lethality, Ibuse unquestionably deserves its place on this list. Baku. Baku is a gigantic chimera elephant-like creature summoned by Danzo Shimura. This summoning technique is often underestimated, partly because it is associated with a controversial figure like Danzo, a man many viewers dislike, even though, in truth, he was not an evil person in the conventional sense. Just looking at Baku's sheer size is enough to understand how terrifying it is. During the battle between Sasuke Uchiha and Danzo at the Samurai Bridge, this monster occupied nearly the entire battlefield. Even when Sasuke manifested his complete body Susanoo, it still appeared small in comparison to Baku. This creature was Danzo's trump card. He only summoned it after forcing Sasuke into a disadvantage and declaring, "The next second will be when I kill him," at which point he had only one use of Izanagi remaining. Baku's ability is particularly dangerous. It can inhale all air and matter around it, generating a massive suction force powerful enough to tear through defenses. In battle, this suction was so strong that it ripped apart the outer layer of Sasuke's Susanoo armor, cracking its skeletal frame. That moment allowed Danzo to launch a direct counterattack on Susanoo's blind spot. However, such power comes with a fatal weakness. Baku cannot control what it inhales. When Sasuke used the fire style, Fireball Jutsu, the flames were sucked directly into its mouth, forcing the massive creature to swallow the attack and dispel itself instantly. Because of this critical flaw, Danzo never dared to summon Baku at the start of the fight. He understood that Sasuke was an intelligent shinobi skilled in fire release, and once Sasuke realized that Baku couldn't control what it inhaled, he would easily counter with a fire technique. Therefore, Danzo used Baku only as a final tactical move. Though his plan ultimately failed, Baku remains one of the most impressive summoned creatures ever to appear in the series. Giant Clam. The Giant Clam is the summon of Genjutsu Hozuki. When summoned, it releases a dense mist that engulfs the entire area while generating a powerful mirage that completely conceals Genjutsu's true position. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, this illusion was so potent that the entire 4th Division of the Allied Shinobi forces fell under its influence, throwing kunai and shuriken helplessly into empty air. Genjutsu even mocked them by saying, "Don't attack me. attack the clam instead. But no one could, as even the giant clam itself became invisible while projecting the illusion. Its ability is considered a form of large-scale genjutsu, something exceedingly rare in the shinobi world. Aside from Kaguya's infinite Tsukuyomi, almost no other illusion can simultaneously affect so many people on such a wide scale. Remarkably, the giant clam existed even during Genjutsu's lifetime and was still at his disposal after being reincarnated through Edo Tensei, showcasing its extraordinary durability and longevity. Throughout the battle, Genjutsu hardly fought seriously. He merely observed, letting the allied forces flounder within the illusion. It wasn't until Gaara and Noki combined their efforts that they managed to locate the clam's true position and destroy it. Even then, Genjutsu continued fighting, proving that the giant clam was only a small part of his true power. The giant clam stands as one of the most unique and troublesome summons in the entire Naruto series. Its ability to conceal itself while casting a large-scale genjutsu that disorients entire battalions makes it a true nightmare on the battlefield. Gamabunta is one of the most iconic summoned creatures in the entire shinobi world, and only a select few have ever been powerful enough to form a contract with him, including Jiraiya, Minato, and Naruto. Gamabunta is renowned for his immense size, overwhelming physical strength, and exceptional swordsmanship. Despite his gruff appearance and short temper, he remains a fiercely loyal ally to those who summon him, always appearing in the most critical moments to defend Konohagakure. During the legendary Sannin battle, Gamabunta fought on equal footing with Orochimaru's Manda and Tsunade's Katsuyu, showcasing a perfect balance of speed, strength, and tactical awareness. He also possesses the ability to spray toad oil, a unique technique that can be combined with the summoner's fire release to create massive explosions. Gamabunta's most memorable battle was his confrontation with Shukaku, the one-tailed beast. Although Shukaku is the weakest among the nine-tailed beasts, the fact that a summoned creature could hold its ground against such a being is an incredible feat. Gamabunta managed to slice off Shukaku's arm and used water-style gunshot to clash directly with wind-style air bullet, resulting in a massive explosion that devastated the surrounding forest. While Naruto ultimately ended the battle by waking Gaara through strategy, Gamabunta's endurance against a tailed beast stands as undeniable proof of his extraordinary resilience. Beyond that, Gamabunta was also summoned by Minato during the Nine-Tails attack on the Hidden Leaf Village. Even though Kurama's power far surpassed his own, Gamabunta managed to pin the beast down for several precious seconds, long enough for Minato to perform the Flying Thunder God technique and seal the monster. That single act alone solidified his importance in Konoha's history. During Pain's invasion of the Leaf, Gamabunta once again entered the battlefield alongside Naruto to defend the village. Though ultimately overwhelmed by the Animal Path's summoned beasts, he displayed unwavering loyalty and a fighting spirit that never faltered until the very end. In summary, Gamabunta may not possess the most destructive power among all summoned creatures, but he stands out as one of the most versatile, durable, and dependable summons in the entire Naruto universe. From battling tailed beasts to fighting alongside 3 generations of legendary shinobi, Gamabunta truly embodies the loyalty and strength that define the toads of Mount Myoboku. Manda is the colossal serpent and the signature summoned creature of Orochimaru. This powerful entity is notorious for its arrogant, ruthless nature and its refusal to submit to anyone but itself. From its very first appearance, Manda left a striking impression with its massive and terrifying form. It is even larger than Gamabunta and Katsuyu, capable of battling both simultaneously during the three-way deadlock. Manda moves with incredible speed, can burrow underground to launch surprise attacks, and uses the skin-shedding technique to escape fatal blows, such as when it survived the combined fire release attack from Jiraiya and Gamabunta. Unlike loyal summons such as Gamabunta or Katsuyu, Manda despises humans and only cooperates when offered something in return. During the battle against Jiraiya and Tsunade, Orochimaru had to bribe it with the promise of 100 human sacrifices in exchange for its assistance. This clearly demonstrates that Manda was not only immensely powerful but also so difficult to control that even Orochimaru treated it with caution. Manda's defensive capability and durability are also extraordinary. When Deidara detonated his C0, an explosion strong enough to obliterate an entire area, Manda still managed to survive momentarily, long enough for Sasuke to use reverse summoning to escape. Although Manda perished in the process, the fact that it withstood part of an explosion with near-country-level destructive power is truly remarkable. Later, Kabuto used Manda's cells to create Manda 2, an enhanced evolutionary version augmented through genetic engineering. This new variant possessed sharper senses, a more flexible body and limbs with fingers, allowing movement reminiscent of a human-serpent hybrid. Manda II was so powerful that it once joined Deidara in attacking Genbu and managed to constrict its enormous body purely through raw strength. Enma. The Monkey King Enma is the summoned creature of Hiruzen Sarutobi. Although much smaller than most other summoned beasts, Enma stands as one of the strongest and most versatile creatures ever seen in the shinobi world. He rarely appears throughout the series, but each time he is summoned, he leaves a lasting impression of power, intelligence, and absolute loyalty to Hiruzen. Enma is a seasoned warrior, capable of speaking and analyzing strategies during combat. Hiruzen placed complete trust in him, not only because of his extraordinary physical strength, but also due to his sharp tactical insight and deep understanding of various ninjutsu. During his battle with Orochimaru, Enma directly landed a punch on Hashirama. Even though Hashirama was an incomplete Edo Tensei at that time, the fact that a summoned creature could strike the god of shinobi remains an exceptional feat. What makes Enma unique among all summons is his ability to transform into the adamantine staff. This staff was strong enough to block Orochimaru's Kusanagi blade and withstand Hashirama's wood-style deep forest emergence. In this form, Enma can extend or contract his body to strike from a distance or encircle Hiruzen to form a steel-like cage for defense, allowing the Hokage to survive devastating battlefield techniques. In the past, Enma also aided Hiruzen in repelling Kurama from the Hidden Leaf Village, an extraordinary accomplishment for a summon of his relatively small size. This demonstrated that the durability and strength of the staff Enma transforms into far surpass most weapons in the shinobi world. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, Hiruzen continued to wield the adamantine staff in most of his battles, even though Enma did not appear in his monkey form. Nevertheless, the strength and versatility of the staff remained a key element of his fighting style. Katsuyu. Katsuyu is the summoned creature of Tsunade, and later, Sakura. Although it does not possess the fierce appearance of Manda or Gamabunta, Katsuyu's unparalleled endurance and near-infinite regenerative ability make it one of the most vital and irreplaceable creatures in the entire shinobi world. Katsuyu is a giant slug that resides in the Shikotsu Forest, one of the three Great Sage regions alongside Mount Myoboku and Ryuchi Cave. Each time it is summoned, only a portion of its true body appears, as no one possesses enough chakra to summon its entire form. Even so, just a fragment of Katsuyu is large enough to cover an entire battlefield. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, Tsunade and Sakura combined their chakra to allow Katsuyu to spread across the entire allied shinobi forces, simultaneously healing thousands of injured shinobi. Katsuyu's unique ability is its capacity to divide its body into countless smaller clones, each capable of acting independently and transferring the summoner's chakra to allies. Thanks to this, Katsuyu is not only a healing entity, but also functions as a communication and coordination network across the battlefield. During Pain's invasion of Konoha, Katsuyu divided into hundreds of smaller forms to shield ninjas from the Shinra Tensei attack while relaying battlefield information directly to Tsunade. Beyond its regenerative abilities, Katsuyu can also attack using acid secretion, a highly corrosive substance capable of dissolving stone and destroying even fortified defenses. When Manda tried to constrict it during the three-way deadlock, Katsuyu simply split into thousands of smaller bodies to escape, rendering Manda's crushing attack useless. Katsuyu's strength depends on the amount of chakra infused by its summoner. Even when Tsunade was gravely injured and unable to maintain full power, Katsuyu endured and continued to protect her allies. It also demonstrated astonishing durability, surviving Pain's destructive attacks and withstanding the corrosive chakra emitted by Naruto in his Eight Tails form. If anyone were ever capable of summoning Katsuyu's full true body, its power could surpass that of any other summoned creature. Although no one has achieved this, Katsuyu's combined abilities in healing, division, defense, and acid-based offense make it the most versatile and resilient summon in the entire shinobi world, rightfully earning the title of the Holy Slug of the Shikotsu Forest. The multi-headed hound is the strongest summoned creature of the animal path. Among all the beasts it can summon, such as the chameleon for stealth, the colossal rhino and ox for devastating power, or the giant bird for aerial assaults, the multi-headed hound stands out as the most terrifying and difficult to deal with. What makes it truly dangerous is not just its immense size and physical strength, but its ability to endlessly multiply. Each time it is attacked, the multi-headed hound grows an additional head and simultaneously splits its body into multiple forms corresponding to the number of heads. In other words, the more it is attacked, the more it multiplies, turning every strike from the enemy into an advantage for itself. This mechanism makes it virtually immortal. During the invasion of the Hidden Leaf Village, even with Gamabunta, Gamaken, and Gamahiro fighting together, they struggled merely to restrain the beast. Its endurance was so great that Naruto's Rasen Shuriken in Kyuubi Chakra mode had no effect, and only Itachi's Amaterasu was able to burn it down completely. In the anime, Jiraiya used the toad-gourd prison technique to trap it inside the giant toad's stomach, but even then he had to coordinate with Gamaken and spent considerable time before fully subduing it. Only a few extremely rare techniques such as Kakashi's Kamui or Onoki's particle-style atomic dismantling jutsu could theoretically destroy it, but shinobi capable of using such abilities are exceedingly rare. For that reason, the multi-headed hound is regarded as one of the most immortal and indestructible summoned creatures, a being that grows stronger the more it is attacked, becoming increasingly dangerous with every blow. Fukasaku and Shima are the two great sages of Mount Myoboku, unique summoned creatures who are not only powerful but also play a crucial role in maintaining sage mode for their summoner. Unlike most summoned beasts that serve primarily as combat support, they are true sage-level allies, often appearing together in major battles. Shima possesses extraordinarily refined chakra sensory abilities, capable of detecting the animal path's invisible chameleon purely by scent. Fukasaku was able to perform a water release powerful enough to slice the giant chameleon in half with a single strike. In addition, he possessed physical strength far beyond his small stature, having once lifted and thrown Gamabunta's massive body to help Naruto land the finishing blow on the animal path during the battle against Pain. Together, they have collaborated with Jiraiya to perform devastating combination techniques, such as fire release combined with toad oil and water release, creating a massive sea of flames that incinerates the entire battlefield. Even Pain was forced to use the Preta path to absorb the attack, proving how dangerous their teamwork could be. However, the most fearsome power of Fukasaku and Shima lies in their legendary auditory genjutsu, the demonic illusion toad confrontation chant. When they sing in perfect harmony, their resonating voices paralyze the enemy completely, rendering them defenseless against subsequent attacks. Using this very technique, Jiraiya managed to incapacitate 3 of Pain's bodies simultaneously, one of the most iconic feats in the entire series. Beyond combat, they can also maintain Sage Mode indefinitely for the summoner by continuously absorbing natural energy and transferring it back. This allowed Jiraiya to fight without ever needing to stop and gather chakra, effectively overcoming the greatest weakness of Sage Mode. However, they could not perform this function for Naruto, as the overwhelming chakra of the Nine-Tails repelled Fukasaku the moment he tried to perch on Naruto's shoulder. Clearly, Fukasaku and Shima are far more than just powerful summons. They are strategic partners, wise sages possessing immense knowledge, experience, and flawless coordination with their summoner, Kurama. This is the only tailed beast ever to be summoned through an actual summoning technique, making it a truly unique case in the entire series. Kurama is without question the strongest of all the tailed beasts. Even while sealed inside Naruto, its power remains terrifying. With only half of its total chakra, Kurama was able to match the combined strength of 5 other tailed beasts with a single attack. Within Naruto's body, Kurama also demonstrated the ability to absorb natural energy, making it an exceptionally useful summon for those who wield sage techniques. Previously, Hagoromo Otsutsuki had summoned all the tailed beasts after defeating Kaguya, but he did not use them as weapons. Likewise, Sasuke Uchiha temporarily sealed the tailed beasts within Chibaku Tensei to absorb their chakra and enhance his Susanoo, but that was not a true battle summon. The most iconic summoning of Kurama occurred when Madara Uchiha called it forth during his legendary battle with Hashirama Senju at the Valley of the End. In that fight, Madara cloaked Kurama's entire body in Susanoo armor, creating the majestic attire Susanoo form. In this state, Kurama unleashed multiple tailed beast bombs in direct confrontation with Hashirama's Sage Art Wood-style True Several Thousand Hands. This clash remains one of the most spectacular battles in shinobi history. Later, Obito Uchiha also summoned Kurama after extracting it from Kushina Uzumaki, releasing it within the Hidden Leaf Village and causing catastrophic destruction. That attack left a deep scar on the village and became the very reason Naruto was shunned throughout his childhood. While other tailed beasts have also been used as weapons, none can compare to Kurama's overwhelming might. To put it into perspective, even if the first 7 tailed beasts joined forces with the 8 tails, the 9 tails would still surpass them all combined. The Gedo Mazo is a gigantic creature summoned through the Rinnegan. It is the hollow husk left behind by the 10 tails after all of its chakra was extracted. Only those who possess the pure Rinnegan can summon the statue, making it one of the rarest and most dangerous summoning techniques in the entire shinobi world. Normally, the Gedo Mazo is used as a sealing vessel designed to imprison and contain the chakra of the tailed beasts. However, when brought into battle, it demonstrates overwhelming destructive power, far surpassing most other summoned creatures. The statue's first appearance was when Nagato summoned it after Yahiko's death, in a fit of rage toward Hanzo. At that time, the creature was still an empty shell that contained no tailed beasts, yet its power was sufficient to annihilate an entire army. Nagato linked his body to the statue through black chakra rods and used the Outer Path Spirit Dragon technique, unleashing spectral dragons that drained the souls of hundreds of shinobi in a single strike, one of the strongest yet most underrated techniques in the entire series. Hanzo barely escaped using instant teleportation. Later, Obito Uchiha also summoned the Gedo Mazo during the Fourth Great Ninja War to extract the chakra of the Gold and Silver Brothers, Kinkaku and Ginkaku. By then, the statue had absorbed the chakra of 7-tailed beasts along with part of the 8 tails, Juki, causing its size and power to grow to monstrous levels. Through sheer physical strength alone, it devastated the battlefield, sending both Choza and giant form Choji flying. Even Kitsuchi's Earth-style sandwich jutsu, strong enough to crush an entire mountain, was effortlessly broken by the statue. The demonic statue of the Outer Path was even capable of using lightning release, creating storms of lightning that ravaged the area, demonstrating its versatility beyond that of an ordinary summon. However, controlling it is extremely dangerous, as the tailed beasts sealed inside constantly resist and attempt to break free. If the statue were to lose control, the summoner could suffer severe chakra backlash or lose their entire energy source, potentially causing the collapse of the Eye of the Moon plan. For that reason, Obito only used the statue in absolute necessity. Beyond its immense power, the demonic statue of the Outer Path is also the natural nemesis of the tailed beasts, as the chakra chains it emits from its mouth can easily bind and pull all of them back into its body, just as it once imprisoned them when it was the 10 tails. This very mechanism makes it the most powerful sealing weapon in the history of the shinobi world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos.